הנה מה טוב.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
And indeed, I hope you've had a good start to Passover. This is one of the 2 times in the year when we get to say it's like one of the weirdest greetings in the Jewish calendar, because now as we're moving from into the middle of Passover, so the first 2 days of Passover are Chag, or holidays, so we would say Chag Sameach, but as we head into Shabbat, we are now in the intermediate days of Passover, and so we say Moadim L'Simcha, which is, may this be a joyful time of year, a joyful season, and the response is Chag V'Zmanim V'Zason. I hope this holiday and time is really special for you. So that's a gobbledygook. So repeat after me. Chag V'Simcha V'Sason.
Chag v'simcha v'sason.
Okay, there we go. There's your
Easy
gobbledygook
peasy.
for the day. But I'm really grateful to be able to welcome Shabbat. I know it's a nice, intimate crowd for everyone, and somehow, like the sea of reeds, for the most part, there's a weird part here in the middle, and everyone's over on this aisle and kind of over here, but that's okay. Maybe I can guilt you all to, in a couple minutes when we rise to the end of L'chad Odi, and I'll have you greet one another. Maybe I can guilt some of you to maybe shift towards the middle and maybe even forward. I don't bite usually, so that's okay, I promise. If you would like to come up and light the Shabbat candles, would love to have you come light the candles with me. Our candle blessing is on page 2 if you would like to follow along.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
L'chad Odi can be found on page 20 and 21, our spiritual welcoming of Shabbat. We'll do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and as we get to verse 9, we will rise and face the entrance as we spiritually welcome the Sabbath bride into our midst. Lecha dodi. Oh, wrong key. Sorry.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Sing with us. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. This is a new-ish tune for our community over the last year or so, and I know some of you it's your first time here ever, but for others might be your first time hearing it since last Friday or the month or something before. So we'll do that Lecha dodi one more time till we all get it, and then we'll head into verse 1. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmiyanu
El Ham-Yochad, Adonai Echad, U'Shemo Echad, L'Shem Tiferet, L'Tila. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela.
Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor ha'beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshavat chila.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela.
Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki v'horech kumi huri, huri huri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayik nikla.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela.
Please rise. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha ובצהולה, טוב אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה,
לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, נקבלה.
Just our voices. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, nekabela. You all sound beautiful. Please keep singing like that with Ira and I throughout the evening. So now that I have you standing, I want you to take an opportunity to introduce someone nearby. Before you move, I'm going to give you an instruction. Okay, I know all of you like to schmooze before I give an instruction, Dave Mayer. So you already turn into Craig. Okay, I got you. I see everything. I'm paying attention. You're paying attention, Rabbi. I understood. Someone who you didn't come with. Okay, so different car, different household. So I want you to try to meet someone new. And I want you to share your favorite Passover food that you've had in the last 2 days. Your favorite Passover food from the last 2 days. Go ahead. I'll take a moment to call Dave out whenever I can. Oh. So we'll continue now on page 24 with Shalom Alechem. You may find your seats. Also, if you want to find your way closer or more towards the middle, you're welcome to do that as well. But Shalom Alechem, page 24. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Helyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Helyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yaira Boechem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Helyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nila Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Helyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nila Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Helyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yailai Leitzeitchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Helyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yain la da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya la da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da ya na da da na da da ya la da ya da 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 da. Baruch Hu, our call to worship, can be found on page 28. Please rise. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai. We continue on page 30 as we read together in the bottom in English. You may be seated. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam, our prayer of unending love, page 32.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amka Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu lemadeta, otanu lemadeta. נשכנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו להם נגי יומם בלילה נגי יומם בלילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל.
We continue on page 34 and 35 with Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vahed, page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom halevavecha v'shinantam nevanecha v'dibarta bam Beshivtecha beveitecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha uchtavtam amduzot beitecha uvihisharecha leman tizkeru Vasitem et kol mitzvotai, vitem kidoshim lelohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, v'hiot lachem le'elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Bottom of page 39, we read responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 40, Michamocha. This tune may be new to you. So we'll do some lies to it to get you in a little bit. But the words are still the same from all the other versions of Michamocha we know, okay? Yai, 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 yai. Yai, 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 yai. So that's the A part. There's a call and response B part that's much easier because it's call and response where I'll do it and he'll do it with me. But we'll take this a little bit at a time. Repeat after me. Yai, 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 yai.
Yai, 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 yai.
Yai, 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 yai.
Yai, 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 yai.
Yai.
Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Yai, dai, 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 dai.
Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Let's put that together in lai, lai, lies, and then we'll do it with the words Michamocha. Yai, dai, yai, dai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 dai. Michamocha, ba'elim Adonai. Michamocha, nedar b'kodesh. Paul responds, Nohora, Tehilot,
Tehilot,
Osei,
Osei,
Feleh,
Feleh,
Nohora,
Norah,
Tehilot,
Tehilot,
Osei,
Osei,
Feleh, sounds
Feleh.
great. Malchutecha, Rahuvanecha, Bokei Ayam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam Ze Eli, Anu ve'amru, Anu ve'ameru. Call and response again. Adonai,
Adonai,
Yimloch,
Yimloch,
Leolam,
Leolam,
Vahed,
Vaed,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Yimloch,
Yimloch,
Leolam,
Leolam,
Vahed, Michamocha,
Vaed,
Michamocha, ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha, nedar b'kodesh. Norah,
Norah,
Tehilot,
Tehilot,
Osei,
Osei,
Feleh, sound great.
Feleh,
Norah,
Norah,
Tehilot,
Tehilot,
Osei,
Osei,
Feleh,
Feleh.
yai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 dai. You sound beautiful. Who says new is scary? You're like all of us. That was scary, Rabbi. See the look on your faces. Sorry, we did something new. It's okay. Hashkivenu, page 42. Our prayer of peace for all of us this evening, peace in our homes, in our communities, peace wherever our people live around the world, peace for all peoples, to be able to lie down tonight and wake up to a new beautiful day tomorrow. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, V'hamidenu shomrei, nu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom,
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, V'hamidenu malkei, Eloheinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, V'hamidenu malkei, nu lechayim. Ushmor tzitzeinu, u'avoteinu, lechayim u'shalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrei, nu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkei, nu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrei, nu lechayim.
In Vishamru, our song for Shabbat, top of page 44. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Before we move into our Amidah, have the honor of embarrassing a wonderful young couple this evening. I told them I would embarrass them. I promise. I try not to embarrass you. I hope not. I don't really know how. Come on up while I talk about you for a moment. Have the amazing honor of someone who grew up in our community. Brett Wayman is get married in a few months to Brianna Boren, correct? Is that pronounced correctly? Amazing, Brianna Boren. And you're both here with all of your parents here for Passover, and so we wanted to take the opportunity to offer you a blessing in the community where, Brett, where you grew up. Your bar mitzvah was on this bima, right? Oh, you were in that's right, you're the old side. Oh, man. Old school. You're old. It's okay. This building was, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to, come join me at the Ark, please. Everyone, please rise. Your bride already. Welcome to your home, a place where you have spent many hours of your life, a place where you and your family have meant so much to this place. I know this place has meant so much to your family. And for me, I've only been here for nearing on 2 years, which is kind of weird, but to have gotten to know both of your parents so well and how much being Jewish, and in particular Temple Kol Emeth, has been a part of the family for Susie, for the Mayer family, and for the Wayman side as well. And it is a pleasure and an honor to be able to welcome you home at this important moment, because you have brought a good friend, a really good friend, a beautiful bride to be, to come into this place, and a place where you have had so many memories, and a place that has meant so much to you, to be able to share that with her. And so welcome to you as well, to this place that can be a home away from home to all of you. I know that you don't live here yet. Maybe we'll work on that one day. Just kidding. Yeah. They did pay me for that one, right? Yeah, right? Okay, yeah. See. But we want you to be able to know that this is a place where you can come and find comfort and be together as your own family on this new journey. And it is a beautiful journey ahead for the two of you. It won't always be easy. There'll be times when you are talking and finishing each other's sentences because you are on the same page, and then there will be days where you wake up and it is as if you are speaking different languages. But to know that you have each other side by side to walk life's difficult journey, to be able to hold each other hand in hand, the good times and the bad times in life, and to have that partner, that friend who you can stand with, you can look at and smile every day, and to know that life is better because you chose to walk life's journey together. It's a beautiful blessing. So it's my honor to be able to offer this blessing to you from the book of Numbers, our people's sacred words of the priestly blessing that we say to all of our people's most important life moments. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you both and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha. Shalom. May you see the face of God in everyone you meet, especially in the face of each other every morning for the rest of your lives, as you journey forth to a world that you don't know. Some parts of that journey ahead you can understand and know will come. Some parts of that journey will be twisting and turning and will give you trouble. But to know that you have that friend, that companion with you for that journey, and indeed for the blessings of health and long life and happiness, and of course the most important blessing of peace, you know that everything will be okay. Amen.
Amen.
Mazel tov to you both, of course.
Now. Simin tofu, mazel tofu, mazel tofu, simin tofu, mazel 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 tofu.
Yehelanu, 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 Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Simin tofu, mazel tofu, mazel tofu, simin tofu, simin tofu, mazel tofu, mazel tofu, simin tofu, simin tofu, mazel tofu, mazel tofu, simin tofu. Yehelanu. Mazel tov to you both on the upcoming nuptials. I know in a few months in Albuquerque. Did I get that? Okay,
Wow.
great, beautiful. We continue now with the Amidah, our standing prayer, page 46. We will pray together 46, 48, 50, and 52. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid HaTahal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Be'erachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamo Kabal Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Meimid Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atalecha Yod HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol.
Atah Kadosh, V'Shimcha Kadosh, Ukdoshim B'chol Yom, Yehalelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh, you are holy, and your name is holy. Those who strive to be holy, declare your glory day by day. Blessed is our God, blessed is the one, a world ablaze with splendor. Ata kadosh, ata kadosh,
B'shimcha kadosh,
ata kadosh,
Udoshim b'chol yom,
bechol yom, yahalelu Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
page 56. As it's the middle of Passover, we have our special insertion. Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer and love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants, pour out your spirit upon us. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu ya'alev ya'avo v'yizcher v'zichronenu zichron kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha l'tova l'chein u'chesed u'rachamim l'chayim u'shalom bayom chag hamatzot hazeh. Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu bo letova. Amen. Ufogdenu vo livracha. Amen. Vehoshienu vo lechayim. Amen. Our God and God of our fathers and mothers, on this day of Pesach, be mindful of us and all your people Israel, for good, for love, for compassion, life, and peace. Remember us for well-being. Amen. Visit us with blessing. Amen. Help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
Take the opportunity now for silent reflection, either with the words of your own heart or the words of our prayer book through page 62. When you're finished, you may be seated.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל Omecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Last year, for those who were around last year, the same time of year, our amazing Rabbi Alter had a friend who has a 3D printer, which is a dangerous tool to have, and why I will never buy one for myself at this point in my life, because I would love to see you all instead of spending time with it. He had a friend print us a Omer counter. The Omer is the season that counts from Passover to Shavuot. So we are in the midst of, early of course, day 2, or about to be day 2, of the 7 weeks between Passover and Shavuot. It's counting the barley harvest. And a part of this time is, again, the process of our people going from leaving Egypt, the exodus of Egypt at Passover, to Shavuot, where we receive Torah at Sinai. So that is how long our tradition says it takes to go from the time they left Egypt, the parting of the sea, technically day 1, until the time they received Torah at Sinai, which we celebrate with Shavuot in 49 days. So if you turn to page 278, we have a special prayer. And as we ritually count the Omer, today is it's the second day of the Omer. So we are, it's kind of weird to just say the second day of the Omer as opposed to all the other ways that we do it. But regardless, Hineni muchanum zuman lekayem mitzvah aseh shel tzfirat Omer. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu al tzfirat Omer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom Yom Sheni Shel LeOmer. Today is the second day of the Omer. And then we move our cute little thing. And so we have our counter to help us recall where we are in the moment of the Omer. We turn now to page 253 in the middle for words of Misha Berach, our prayer for healing, as we take the opportunity to think of those in our community who are in need of healing, whose bodies, minds, and spirits need to know that they have a community who is thinking of them, who is with them, who is praying for them in this difficult moment. In our community, we're thinking of Gary Atkins, Yvonne Binns, Danny Bastian, Lori Corley, Ainsley Davis, Stephen Despins, Beth Einig, Roger Gelder, Gladys Gold, Chris Healy, Paul Heller, Aaron Herbst, Blanchie Howell, Opal Howell, Linda Jenkins, Joyce Levenberg, Marcia Levy, Dorothy London, Joe Marks, Esther Mitchell, Jeff Mitchell, Simone Neiman, Gilbert Ohana, Rob Rasnick, Lisa Rutsky, Lisa Schaefer, Sandra Schultz, Becky Cernovitz, Nicole Aronson Silverman, Arthur Slutza, Richard Slutza, Randy Suchke, Stacy Wald, Samantha Sapola. If there are any other names of loved ones who you'd like to add to our list, or if I mispronounced a loved one's name, please feel free to share them with our community as my hand comes around the room.
Howard Richter.
We sing together, middle of page 253.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mikor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I want to begin with a humble brag about Passover and about for myself for last night with Passover, because I think it is actually a very important, weird irony of Passover. My humble brag is I slept for 9 hours last night. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 young children, so that is itself a miracle. I will, of course, give a shout out to my amazing, perfect, infallible wife, Sarah, who clearly made the full 9 hours possible. But I slept for 9 hours last night, so I feel great. Okay, I wasn't expecting an applause, but okay, thank you. Yes, exactly. Okay, wow, I did not expect applause in that moment. I mean, I usually get applauses during most of my sermons. I know that's how this works. Okay. But I slept for 9 hours, which is a very interesting thing because honestly, Passover is not a holiday where one does a lot of sleeping. Passover is not a holiday where I feel like most of us do our sleeping. It is the holiday where, especially if we are hosting a Seder, or if even we have to make like one thing to bring to someone else's Passover Seder, it feels like a holiday that takes 4 or 5 days to happen. And so you're cooking, and we hosted first night, and then we had our community Seder here last night. And so, we started the matzah ball soup 3 days before first Seder, okay, because it takes 3 days for the broth to really taste delicious. And then, it was cooking for days and days and days, and all of a sudden, the holiday happens, and you're just frantically going. And I feel like I'm always trying to sit here and calculate, what can and can't I eat? I already had matzah twice today. What else do I have in the pantry that I can possibly eat? As someone who follows a lot of the Pesach laws, it's, sometimes it can be limiting, but also I try to be creative in what that food looks like. And so because of the movements of the holiday, because of the Seders, because of the being with family, whether you're traveling to family or whether family is coming here, and when family's around, it's not often the time to really sleep. It's the time to stay up late to chat and catch up. And then all of a sudden you're up for breakfast. And it's a holiday where I feel like there's not a lot of sleep. And yet last night I had a great night's sleep. It was lovely. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. And it was something that was really kind of unexpected and rare, especially, again, given the 2 young kids. We actually have, and this is going to be very nerdy. I know this is going to be very nerdy what's about to happen. In our Torah portion for this week, we have some very special extra rests that happen. So with our Torah portion, we have what's called trope or cantillation, which are the symbols that kind of go with the sound for when we sing or when we chant Torah. And there's a special symbol called an etnach ta. An etnach ta, Addie, who is one of our tutors and spent, decades of your life teaching B'nai Mitzvah students, can know an etnach ta is kind of like a tuning fork, with a tuning fork with the bottom. Okay, I don't know how to do that with my hands, but okay, a tuning fork with the U and then the pointy thing on top. There we go. It's an etnach ta. Etnach ta literally means to cause myself to rest. Etnach ta means I will cause myself to rest. And normally when you have an etnach ta, they are very common. They are at the end of phrases all the time, all over the place. It is one of the most common tropes. But only about a dozen times in Torah do we have it at the very start. The very first word of 2 verses from this Torah portion have an etnach ta. Start with a rest. Starting with rest. That feels very weird, doesn't it? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a rest, and then I'm going to keep going. It's weird. It's kind of like tortoise and the hare. Okay, the hare is like, I'm going to go, and then eventually I'll find a time to rest. The tortoise is just kind of cruising along, but almost as if like it doesn't really start at the beginning because it's just so slow in the story. So what does it mean to start with rest as opposed to building yourself up towards rest? What does it mean to start with rest, to build ourselves up towards rest? Now, this moment, these two verses happen in a very interesting point in our story. Because this weekend it's Passover, we have the special holiday Pesach reading, so we are in Exodus 33, and we are reading about Moses' encounter with God at the burning bush. This kind of interesting story that if I were involved with theater or movies, I would have no idea how to tell the actors what to do in such an moment where God and Moses are there, and God says, I'll show you to myself, but you can only see me through this cleft in the rock. And the English is really weird to try to unpack. The Hebrew is even weirder to try to unpack. And again, I have no idea what the stage directions are. But again, we have this moment where both the first time it says, and God said, my face will go and I will lighten your burden. And the second moment is, please let me behold your presence. Please let me behold your presence. My face will go and I will lighten your burden. These two kind of moments in the midst of this idea, this moment of Moses encountering God, where this kind of odd story that I can't even really describe for you in English, we begin with a rest. Imagine what my Passover would have been like had I got some sleep before I started. We're all like, that's impossible, right? Those of us who've ever hosted a Seder are like, you can't possibly start with rest. But what do we do when we start with rest? We start with that idea of a rest many, many times in our lives. Educators need to start with what's called backwards design, where you start with the end goal in mind. Where do you want to get to? Okay, if I don't know where I want us to go to, I don't know what to teach. If I don't know what the goals are of this lesson, of this class, of this semester, of this course, I have no idea what to teach. Same thing in the world of business. What are my KPIs? What are my annual goals? What are my monthly goals? What are my sales goals for this quarter? Again, depending upon whatever your business looks like, you need to kind of have an idea of setting your goals. Are you setting your goals while you're running? Or do you need to pause to set your goals? This is the beautiful piece of our Torah for us this week. The idea of pausing before we run. Forcing ourselves to rest before we go ahead. Think of all the ways that we would be able to enrich ourselves. Something big coming up. Maybe I have a wedding in a few months. So it feels like there's a marathon between now and then to make happen. But to find those moments for a breather. Maybe it's a big test coming up in school shortly after this. Next week is Cobb school break. So for those who are, that's where many of our families are, is it's Cobb break. So goodbye. We'll see you in a week, everyone. But when you come back, if there's a big test, you need to find that time to be able to set up a system for yourself to prepare. And to think about what does it look like now for us to, great, we've not listened to the advice of Torah this week, or at least I didn't. I ran a marathon for a few days of getting ready for Passover Seder and leading a couple Seders, and then I found my rest. Don't get me wrong, the rest is great. Doesn't matter when it comes. That I will tell you. But for us, on the Shabbat, I hope we take the opportunity to find that rest. A breather for us. What are some goals for the week ahead? What's something that we can do throughout the rest of Passover, knowing that we have 5 to 6 days ahead of us for exploration, to be with family and friends, to share our people's sacred story, a story that I really believe, especially in our world, the idea of overcoming deep-seated adversity just sounds like a really great story to tell in this moment. And I know that if we take this opportunity, especially on this day of rest, the Shabbat ahead of us, to think about the week ahead, we'll be able to have a better week filled with compassion, filled with love, filled with kindness, filled with a little bit of matzah too. Shabbat shalom. We will turn now in our prayer books to page 282 and 287 for Aleinu L'Shabeach. Please rise. Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol, Latei Gedula Liotzer Breshit, Shelo Asanu Yoyeh Haratzot, Velo Samanu K'mishpachot Adama, Shelo Sam Chalkeinu Kahen, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. 287. V'nemar, v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. You may be seated. We turn now to page 294 as we prepare for words of Mourner's Kaddish, our people's prayer, not of loss, but of life, of acknowledging the goodness of those from our lives who, while they have died and left this world physically, have left an indelible mark on all of our souls. In our community, we're thinking of those who this week is their yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death. Marvin Aronoff, Bob Beach, Robert Besser, Mark Boshak, Barbara Brandt, Daisy Brooks, Betty Cohen, Jerome Cohen, Craig Daniels, Mitchell Fleet, Julia Frank, Judith Goodstein, Richard Hober, Irving Camander, Sarah Lerner, Sam Milstein, Daniel O'Crongley, Harry Roth, Nathan Siegerman, Margaret Schaefer, Bernard Yeagerman. We're thinking of those who this week is the 11 months, their Shana, the first year since their death, Carol Lids, Robin Fern Weinstein, and Jack Strauss, Arthur Holzheimer, Larry Cohen, Sam Howell, Emery Hildebrand, Rick Hack, Bob Gans, Leon Cohen, Joan Schwartz, Elise Atlas, Janet Heller, Andy Concool, Donna Posen, Samara Lingefelter, Charlene Venner, Helen Kahn-Levine, Isidore Cohen, Yisrael Sandler, Gary Levy, Joan Bolatin, Barbara Saverin, Joyce Newman, Gerald Rubin, Frederick Frank Seitz, Barbara Epstein, Catherine Kitty Stoller, Barbara Van Geldering, Jerome Jerry Goldshine, and June Wilson. We also want to acknowledge the recent passing of Dr. Dan C. West, the father of Claire Jones and wife of Eric Palevsky. Funeral is next Friday, late morning, downtown. If you have any would like information, please feel free to ask us after services to be able to support Claire and Eric in their moment of grief as well. If there's a loved one whose name I've forgotten, or if I mispronounce a loved one's name, please feel free to share it with our community at this time. At Kol Emeth, it's our minchag, our custom to rise to support our mourners as we recite Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam l'amei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. Sandy, you want to do announcements? I've talked enough tonight, I think. Yeah, that's the spirit. Everyone, our immediate past president, Sandy Davis.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom and Shabbat shalom and happy Passover. Join us to celebrate Shabbat and Passover tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. for our Shabbat morning prayer ground with music, prayer, and Torah. Passover-style lunch will follow. No bagels. We will go matzah. We will observe Passover Yizkor on Wednesday, April 8th at 6 p.m. in the sanctuary. At 6:30, we invite everyone to break Passover with us at Chametz Fest. We'll have pizza, pasta, and other delicious and flour-filled delights. RSVP for this free event at kolemeth.net, so we make sure to have enough food for everyone. Our Avodah Evening of Honor is fast approaching. Ticket sales close on Monday. The online auction goes live next Friday. I think I have a piece in the online auction, so you guys should definitely bid on that. And you don't have to attend Avodah to bid on over 100 awesome items. Keep an eye on your email for more details. Please remember to return your name tags to the green bins before leaving the building. We'd appreciate it if you'd slide the lanyard into the back of the name tag. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Zandy. She means it. She's a really good pottery artist. What's the potter? Potter. Yes, I knew that. Big word in the Friday evening. I also want to give a massive thank you to Ira Weissman for your amazing musicianship, and it's so weird. I see him, but like we actually haven't led services together in months, and it's just kind of like weird to be like I don't know why not, but I'll see you soon. We'll hang out again, friend. Thank you. And of course to Rachel and to Henry, and I know Paul was doing some help out front as well, and our security guard, of course, in these times, and to Mark and anyone else who helped this evening. Thank you all indeed for helping make Friday evening possible. We will conclude our service now with Kiddush and Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim. And for the not challah, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for matzah. Thanks, God. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Oneg is out in the lobby. Have a wonderful evening.